Oh my God! What? They did it! They did it! What? They did so many things. Okay, first we gotta jump. Thank you. Oh, I, ooh, ee, ah. Guys, thank y'all so much for coming by and watching our season finale review of The Mandalorian. Let us first thank our wonderful sponsors for making this possible. Hey guys, it's Surfshark. You know, we've been partnered up with them for The Mandalorian. Just letting you guys know that it is the best VPN out there. Choose the winning side. You've got unlimited devices. You've got an ad blocker. You've got whitelister, an independent audit. It's got everything.
And it's about $2 a month, and so it's an absolutely great deal. We're spending so much time on the internet right now. People are buying gifts like crazy, and so you can protect your data, which is important. Also, if you don't want to be receiving, advertisements from Google and all the different places saying like, "Hey, remember in Christmas time when you bought this? Do you want to buy another one?" No. You can use the VPN and make sure that your ISP and they aren't seeing that stuff.
Most importantly, don't let anybody tell you what you can and can't watch. Do the geolocation. Find it where you can actually watch it together. So, guys, the promo code is down below. Surfshark.deals/Angry Joe Show. Use that code to get that 84% off a 2-year plan with an extra 4 months for free. Thank you so much to Surfshark for partnering up with us during The Mandalorian. And, guys, check them out. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Surfshark, guys. Do us a favor, click those links below. Let them know, that we sent you, and the Angry Joe Show supports Surfshark, and they support us. And thank y'all so much. Let's jump. Wow, let's jump to the episode. The finale, I thought, honestly, called The Rescue, chapter something. I don't know, 16, something like that. Wow. I thought it was going to be a cliffhanger ending.
Me too.
To where it's going to be wholly unsatisfying, not really anything resolved. And I was freaking wrong. I was so wrong. There's so much resolved, perhaps too much resolved. And,
now what,
And
right?
it's like, whoa, and oh my God. We're already in spoilers, okay?
Yes.
Okay. No, I can't. I can't start with that. Okay, I'm going to save that for the end. We'll go through.
But warning, there are spoilers.
Yes.
Go watch it.
As all.
God darn. This fucking series gets it. This fucking series is amazing. Yes, is it fan service? Yes, it is definitely fan service.
Oh, absolutely.
They even said McClunky in the post credit scene. Guys, this is amazing. This series is giving us what I was hoping for when Disney announced that they were taking control of Star Wars. It's just a damn shame that it had to be done now on the TV series than it was in the Disney sequels where everybody was excited. God, honestly, you can go from Return of the Jedi and you just watch all the original film and you just go straight into The Mandalorian.
You should.
You don't need to see anything else, okay? Because it's gonna ruin it for you. Man, this series is so good. What did you guys think of this season finale episode?
This was amazing. Like, throughout, I was like, oh, my God. My tensions were running through the roof, and I was like, all right, they're going to cut to black. And I said, they're going to cut to black here.
Here.
Like, what?
Here.
What are you doing? This is going longer than I expected.
Yeah, it still needed to be longer.
It did, but I loved it, though.
Yeah.
This was great.
I absolutely loved it, too. I was actually a little worried at the beginning because there was some awkward-ish dialogue at the very beginning, and I was like, what is happening? Because the last episode was like 10 out of 10 dialogue. Loved everything that was happening. That went away almost immediately. The awkwardness kind of smoothed out. It just really got going. And then we got nothing but fan service for how long was this episode?
30-something minutes.
But it was 30 satisfying minutes of really great fan service. People that really care about Star Wars, that care about the extended lore. Now they're doing weird things with like what's canon, what's not canon, what we know about the universe. And, I don't even care. It was just, it was fine.
I don't care. I want them to wipe the slate clean from here. Start from this point because this was good. Okay? If this is how you're going to do justice to the legacy of Star Wars and then the expanded lore that has now been made legacy, this is how it should be done. And I'm really looking forward to seeing exactly what they do. But basically, let's start with the little bit of a breakdown. So at the beginning of the episode, we get sort of a flip. It is the Slave 1 attacking attacking a Imperial shuttle. It's a cool little space battle. And they who are they after? They're after the Dr. Pershing dude. And it's the slave one. You're fucked. Basically, he's like, oh, we're being boarded. Doesn't matter. I mean, I have no death wish. Shouldn't we fight them? No, I'm not gonna. No,
they have hyperspace tracking. I don't know how they found us, but they found us. So,
and so they board the ship, and one of the Imperial pilots decides to be a fucking dick, and is like, no, and he takes the guy prisoner. He's like, your people would be really super pissed off if I killed this clone engineer, hinting at the cloning stuff, and that maybe the whole purpose of the Grogu stuff was maybe for the Emperor or for Snoke. Couldn't even remember his name for half a second. And the other pilots no, I'm not with this guy, and the guy shoots him in the back. And you can tell, man, the Imperials are fucking brutal. And but they have an axe to grind too. I actually liked that they played with this a little bit. They were like, she's like, I was on the Death Star, and she's like, which one? Because they blew up both of them. He's like, very funny. He's like, millions died. Because millions did
rage.
die.
Yeah. He's like, he called them to terrorists too. It's like, you guys were terrorists. You blew up our thing. You killed 1 million people.
I like that. I like that they do that. You're still in the wrong. I mean, you're still the bad guys. Or Empire did nothing wrong. I don't know.
Who's really the bad guys?
It depends on the mood I'm feeling and whether I want to role play. Right? Because it's all fictional anyway. Who cares? Anyway, so they take the guy, prisoner, and they. Meanwhile, you have the Mando ask Bo-Katan for help. It's so cool. They go into this bar, and it's like, yeah, bros. Mando bros. I fucking would watch a series of fucking, Boba Fett and Din Djarin just kicking people's ass. And honestly, I hope that's what we're getting for season 3. We'll talk about what they teased there at the end. Super big question mark. So anyways, they basically are doing that, and they see Bo-Katan and one Mandalorian, the wrestler girl or something, and she's like, gets into it with Boba, and he's like, they get in each other's face.
You're a clone.
I've heard that voice many times.
Oh, I love that.
This is the last voice you hear. I was like, yes.
You're not a Mandalorian, and this is where we were like, what with the dialogue? I don't understand. No, they just said he's a Mandalorian. He's just as much of a Mandalorian by right with the thing as his father was, or maybe his father had the right, and this is just his father's armor. So they're sort of confirming that Boba is not a Mandalorian, but he has the right to the armor because his father was a youngling, whatever you call foundling, right? Just like Din Djarin. I don't know. I'm a little unclear. If you want in the comments to clear it up for me. Was it just Jango that was the foundling, or is it Jango and Boba Fett, both foundlings and legit Mandalorians? Anyway, Bo-Katan's like, you're not a fucking Mandalorian. It might just be like that kind of insult thing. It's like, whatever, you're just a foundling. And Din is like, I'm standing right here. Anyways, they get into it. They have a little scuffle. Bar fight. He's like, does the thing, but
they're anime beams, apparently. They cancel each other out. It's like, I don't
Well, he's getting a little old, I guess, is what you could say, and she's stronger than bullshit. Anyway, so she fucking flips him over. Or he messes her up, she messes him up, and they're like, stop! We need... If you guys showed half as much of this as you did when, the Empire invaded us, we wouldn't be in this situation. Like, yeah, you would. Why the fuck did you say that? Because the Mandos fucking fought hard. Way harder than some stupid bar fight. But it's more like that kind of awkward dialogue at the beginning where it's like exposition just so that everybody knows that, hey, Mando has been destroyed. Because you wouldn't know that unless you watched Star Wars Rebels and you watched some of the...
Well, they got into a flamethrower beam attack beam fight. Did you not see the flamethrower beam? But they're like, my flamethrower cancels out your flamethrower.
It's Dragon Ball Z, baby.
I'm fuzzy on this.
That's why I had no problem with it.
Do flamethrowers cancel each other out? It's like, no, I don't think so. Oh, okay, well, it's cool anyway.
It's cool anyway. Damn it. Anyway, she should have got her ass kicked. Fucking Boba would have kicked her ass if the fight continued.
Yeah.
Anyways, so basically they managed to convince Bo-Katan, which is really weird because you would think that she wants to join right away, but she's like trying to give some resistance. Shut up. It's like, you want to go after the Darksaber. You want to go after Moff Gideon because your whole thing is the Darksaber.
Yeah, well, I'll give that a little pass because she's like, well, you don't even know where he is. Like, we have
know exactly where he is.
Okay, I'll join you now.
Yeah.
I was like, sure, why not?
Yeah.
All right.
Then, so they hatch a plan, and what is this plan?
The plan is to take over the ship they stole and pretend like Boba is attacking them and sneak on in.
It was good.
It was good.
Clever.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the way this was directed too.
Oh yeah, me too. This one I was like, no, Moff Gideon's gonna know. He knows something's up.
Knows
He's
everything.
too smart.
The problem is,
tension was there.
It doesn't make any goddamn sense with what the last scene of the last episode where he's like, "I'm coming for you," and so they're like, "Wait a minute, we're about to be attacked by a Mandalorian, and then we're gonna attack."
And then
like,
here's Slave
that's
One.
it's just like we're gonna warn. It's like let's not warn him.
Okay, but I'm gonna give Moff credit. He's launch fighters. I don't I don't care. Don't let it just
That's
come in and we'll use deck guns, launch fighters. And then if that scene extended, I think he probably would have been like TIE fighters fire on the Slave One too. I don't care. Fire on the shuttle. What? I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, because he would have took care. He's confident. He's got a whole fucking battalion of dark troopers, right?
Too confident.
A little too confident.
Exactly.
Anyways, the well-directed scene where you got she's just piloting the fucking shuttle. She's coming in no matter what. He's like, no, stop. Let us launch the fighters first. I'm under attack. Just panicking. And I love the fucking machinations and the fucking systems and the fucking military shit and how, like, all the fighters are deployed. Like, I love this shit. And Rogue Squadron is going to be fucking amazing. I just wish it was a TV series, not the movie, because I think it could get fleshed out way better as a TV series. But I'm happy they are doing one, and I'm happy it's Patty Jenkins. So we get a little mini Empire launch sequence, and then the shuttle just like fucking slams into the bay, and then just all hell breaks loose. You pop out, and me and Joe and Alex are all expecting like Bo-Katan to be like pop pop pop, and then all these Mandos show up, right? Because she's got a few Mandos. She doesn't have like a battalion of Mandos, but she's got like 10, 7, 3,
Maybe.
4, but she brings one. The one fucking sidekick girl in the bar. Bo-Katan.
This is
Come
everything you wanted, and
Come
you bring
here.
one?
Yes.
You wanted the dark saber.
Let me talk to you, woman.
Come
Sit
on.
down. You bring more forces for the most important battle of your life. What is
Yes.
wrong with you? Anyway, so she only brings one, and I guess it's just to heighten the tension to show that if anybody fucking dies here, it's important, right? And that's the only one thing that I wish that they would have modified, right? Where it's like, bring more Mandos that never took their helmets off so that they can be like, and they can die to either Dark Troopers or maybe a lucky Stormtrooper. The Stormtrooper, oh, shit, I got one. Right? That would have been sweet. But they have various scenes of Stormtroopers just getting obliterated because these are all the best fucking characters. They're all the prime of their lives.
And they're making the dumbest calls ever. They stop firing for some reason, and he's like, I'm going to wrap you up with the harpoon. I'm going to pull you, and I'm going to knee you instead of shooting you. Because it's just
and
like,
Cara never takes cover once. She's it's a big, just brick house just fucking mowing people
It was
down.
epic.
It's
the
like
cherry on top would have been Bill Burr.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would have loved to have seen Bill
he's
Burr
just
in
like
there
sniping from space or something.
making fucking jokes and shit.
Yeah.
But anyway, they just like absolutely the Stormtroopers get their ass kicked.
Of
While
course.
this is going down, this is mainly to serve as a little bit of a distraction. They're headed to the bridge to try to take control. Mando, meanwhile, sees Stormtroopers going in that direction so that he can get to Grogu. But what happens is he manages to pass. The whole time we're seeing the Dark Troopers like fire up because they need a moment to boost up. And they even reference the fact that there are multiple Dark Trooper types. Because I was confused. I was like, aren't they like humans with better armor and stuff and just super engineered?
Those are weak.
Yes, at some point, but this
Weak.
is stage 3. These guys are like fucking robotic.
Terminators.
And I was very worried about the CGI. And since the last time we saw them, it was kind of robotic. But the CGI worked here. And they must have either it was so good with the glistening of their dark helmets and light of the Imperial shuttle, or some of it was practical, because I couldn't really tell the difference in some of the scenes. Now, obviously you can because it's CGI, but I just thought it was well executed. So anyway, they get deployed, and they just so happen to, man, I hope you guys are hearing me. This is a little weird sounding. And they open the door, and one makes it through, and then the door closed. I'm like, no, don't you do this. Don't you do this. But I thought, okay, wait, just, let's see the power of one. They're setting up the power of one. So this fucking robot is beastly.
Yeah.
What does he do? How does he
He's
try
in
to-
trouble. Basically, pries the door open. He's out there. He basically just grabs Mando, pushes him against the wall, just crushing,
Oh,
punching
right, that's right.
nonstop. His helmet.
I thought his helmet was,
it was
gonna
like
crumple.
cracking.
I was like, oh fuck,
It was
Mando's
kind of
dead.
cracking, wasn't it?
It was
It
making
looked
it was.
like-
It sounded like the what was behind him
it
was
looked like it
cracking.
was cracking. I was like, oh, he's in trouble now.
The robot
don't
didn't
know.
know what Beskar was, and so the robot is.
Yeah.
Bro was like, what the fuck?
There is no match between the two of them. The robot is 10 times the power level that the Mando is, and it's very clear that the robot at any point, if without the Beskar armor, would have killed him.
Yeah.
And so it's like setting up the power level. Like these are how powerful one is.
Yeah.
Just one of them, and there's a
Just
whole
imagine.
platoon in
Yeah,
there.
he does his best. He can. I think Mando can handle one. I think it's a one-on-one, and
Which
he
he
uses where he uses his Hornet things in
Noisy
order
crickets.
to sort of noisy crickets to best it. But then and he at the same time he's like reaching for a handle. I'm like, oh, I know what you're doing. Bleep, airlock. All the Dark Troopers that we have been waiting the whole series, and they set up the whole fucking series, get blown out the airlock. I'm like, are you kidding me? Okay,
Big
maybe they got something else
expensive fight.
planned. So we move on. Yeah, I know. It would have been exciting. So we move on, but that's not over. We'll get
Nope.
back to that. But we move on. He goes to the prison area, and Moff already knows what happened. He knows I'm fucked. I got stormtroopers. I got dark troopers that take a while to spin up, and so they've already probably blitzed me. The dude's smart as fuck. So he's got the dark saber at Grogu, and he's like, put down your weapon, and then he uses his intelligence and his guile to lower Mando's guard. It's like, whatever. I already have what I want from him. I have his blood. I'm going to restore order to the galaxy. And I'm like, please let it be original order and not first order.
We saw pickled
Right.
Snoke, so
Well, I don't know what that was. Better not be.
I don't
Anyways,
know.
so he lets his guard down. He's like, take him and just leave my ship. And I'm like, I kind of Moff even got me. I kind of believed him a little bit. I don't know why, because I'm a damn idiot.
Because he's a great actor. That's why.
Great actor. All right, sure.
Oh, thank this guy.
Oh shit!
I don't know why this guy gets so much heat. Oh, God.
So it's probably that Moff didn't know that fucking Beskar could block a Darksaber. Maybe he did. So, but he slams into him. Luckily, the pure Beskar can deflect it. And then I was like, well, I mean, the Mandos know that, so why is the Darksaber so weak against Mandalorian armor? Whatever. Anyway, so they're fighting. Boom, boom, boom. It's a good fight, you know, for good choreograph. He's got some action skills.
Apparently, and I don't know if this, I mean, this is on the internet, but apparently a bunch of people are saying that Giancarlo Esposito broke 7 Darksabers because he was going so hard in the fight.
He was going
and he
hard.
was going hard. It
Was.
looked like it. He was like really, I believe. It's like,
Yeah.
look, the
I was
Mandalorian is like a
damn,
level
dude.
50 character.
I
and
fucking love this guy.
Yeah, he's like the politics guy. But
Yeah.
no, I believe that when they were fighting, it's like, all right, this guy
and
can
he
fight.
looks cool with it. I'll give it to him. I love the Imperial armor and the red, of course, because in the interior of his cape is red, and so it looks cool. And he's like fucking, or he's got lining of red. So I just loved it, and of course, I mean, he's the Mando. He can best. He eventually bests him with the spear. Joe's like, "Where did that spear come from?" Because I was like, "Was it on his back? It was on the ground." Okay, it was there.
Oh, when he fought the Dark Trooper, right? Because it gets knocked on the ground.
Expandable? Or,
No,
it's not.
he had it. It got knocked on the ground, and then it just happened to be next to him when he's fighting the Dark
Yeah, so
Trooper.
that's how he takes out the Dark Trooper with the Beskar spear,
Yeah.
and he also uses it as he's got Moff Gideon sort of defeated and threatening him. You're done, dude. And so I was like, and then I was starting to lose faith. I was like, damn, that was quick, right? We beat the fuck out of everybody. There better be something else going on, right? Because I'm a little upset, right? But of course, that John Favreau, who wrote this thing, is not gonna disappoint us, right? And Peyton, who directed it, is not gonna disappoint us. It turns out, so he brings him to the bridge, and we have a little bit of kind of some contention there. The Bo-Katan notices that Mando's carrying the Darksaber, and Moff Gideon's laughing about it. He knew, he must have known. Like, you took it from me. Like, you gotta fight him now. Fight him.
He's
Come
smart.
on, fight. Moff
He's just watching. He's like,
just
yeah, where's my
enjoying it.
popcorn?
Yeah.
It's like, y'all, if you want to be the leader, it comes with power. And Mando's like, Like, what?
Here you go.
Yeah,
I yield.
no,
Take it.
I don't want to be the leader. And anytime somebody's like, I don't want to be the leader. This is who I care about. You're the leader. You're fated to be the leader. But no, he's like, I'm gonna give it to Bo-Katan, but she doesn't want to accept it, which initially it didn't make sense because in the series, Bo-Katan actually. It does accept the gift from Sabine, who had the Darksaber. And she's like, here, take it. And she's, okay, granted, they know the lore. The Mandos know the lore that you have to fight to take it, and that's been in the series too. But she's accepted it before. So why is it such a big freaking deal?
Because you can't accept it twice.
There's
Only once.
There's
only
nobody
once.
Joe, there's no Mandalorians in the room
There's
except
one.
for that sidekick, and she ain't gonna do nothing.
There's one,
right?
yeah.
Right, and then and because Boba's not there, he fucking jetted off, right? And I was like, just take this fucking thing. We don't have to do that. But maybe
Moff
in
Gideon's
universe
gonna say something.
explanation, and she's like, well, last time I just took it, it resulted in bad things happen to the Mandalorians, and I don't know. She's probably gonna find a way to justify it, and because it looks like she's not gonna just take it. That's gonna be a hanging plot, one of the hanging plots for the future. So that thing goes down, but then Moff is just still like with this quiet confidence. I'm like, why? It's like beep beep beep. I was like, what the hell is going on? And they look at all the sensors, and they realize that they're being boarded, and they're like, what are you talking about? And he's like, there's 0 life signs. Oh, the Dark Troopers are back. I'm like, thank you, John. You didn't fail us. That song, like it's just so fucking cool. And then they're all getting posted up, right?
They locked the
in
doors.
that bridge, and I'm like, you're fucked.
And that's what I was expecting. And scene.
And not a lot of we get a little bit of Grogu, and then Grogu kind of sits down next to a thing, and he looks like he's tired, or he looks like something, and I was like, okay, maybe we can get Grogu to like do something, like he levitates and he does this big blast. But I was like, even then there seems to be more of them.
He's a little woozy. He just gave a bunch of blood.
Than he can handle.
He needs a cookie.
Yeah.
And just then, the most amazing thing happened.
Well, you mean after they start trying to punch through blast doors?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm like,
so they get all ready, and then I thought they were going to use like some cutters or something, but no, they just punch through the doors, and they're so strong that they can eventually punch through.
Okay.
I'm all right with that. At least a big enough hole for them to then move it, because we've seen that they are able to move it before. But we see suddenly one X-Wing comes, and when one X-Wing comes, this is what I was hoping for in the films, in fucking the Force Awakens,
No,
The Last Jedi,
They don't
The
exist.
Rise of Skywalker.
Remember, they don't exist.
Right? And John gets it. John Favreau, who wrote this, and the director who directed this, Reed, understands that this is what Luke fans and people even older than me, have been waiting decades for, right? To see Luke at full power level, to see Luke taking care of business. And yes, it is Luke Skywalker. He shows up. You could have noticed it if you looked at the R2D2 unit on his X-wing. He lands, but I didn't know at first, because I was just in shock. I'm like,
You're
they're
like,
not
no
doing
way.
it. There's
No
no
way.
way. This is just gonna be some random Jedi, and I'm like, he's going to be in robes. You ain't going to be able to see him the whole time. And they were going to tease it, and they're going to cut it right before they show him. Remember how we keep saying, they're going to cut it. They're going to cut it. And they don't cut it. So he comes up in the robes. I'm like, hey! But, motherfucker, as soon as that green saber came out, I was like, oh. And he was just like cutting through all the Dark Troopers, made them look like, just garbage, tin cans. He's
Trash. They were
and
trash.
he is at high-ass motherfucking power level.
Yep.
Do I think Luke might struggle against a battalion against Dark Troopers on his own?
Apparently not.
Maybe a tiny bit, but no. In this show, they said, nuh-uh. right? And they had a song going, and that's another thing. It's like I wanted more Luke-ish kind of song, but they had like an original song playing kind of. It was a little bit of mixture of some of the music styles, and then later on they do a little bit of.
I guess they just want to do like little mysteries, like is
mystery,
he, isn't
right.
it?
Well, as soon as I saw that glove, I was like, okay.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
when
yeah,
you see the glove,
yeah,
you see
yeah.
the belt, you see that version of the lightsaber, which I have. I just didn't want to bring it over here to spoil it in the thumbnail. But it was just awesome. And the green saber, man. I was complaining in the other, the Star Wars, where's the green saber? He never uses the green saber. I love the green saber. Joe, you want a green saber? Green saber.
They got it.
They gave me everything I wanted in
Doing
this
everything
episode. If I
right.
could give it, if I could fucking give it a fucking 11, I would. That
Why
was
not?
amazing because it was like a hallway scene. Remember Darth Vader?
We were
Everybody's
just
talking
talking
talking-
about that.
so-
It's still over there.
I like
Vader,
that.
but
Darth
this one's
Vader's
like-
is better.
Oh yeah, because it was tighter, more condensed, but Luke was still bad. Luke
Luke
did
is
more
badass.
work.
Yeah, it's still
Look,
good.
it can
Darth Vader didn't. He was just cutting through Swiss cheese. Luke had to do a little bit of work.
Yeah, I mean, just like the choreography in the scene, I think was
Yeah.
with Rogue One was handled a little bit better, but I still loved it. I mean,
And he even uses some dark power, like a force choke, and fucking like crushes
crushed him.
a trooper. They probably would have done a lot more of that, but it's a budget. It's a TV show, but it doesn't look it. It certainly doesn't look it. It looks just as good as in
not
the
according to
Disney
the
movies.
internet, because
Better
they're like
than the
Luke's
movies.
face. It's like I think it looked
Okay,
fine.
yeah. So so then he comes into the bridge.
I'm willing to. Yeah,
And
go
they
ahead.
reveal, he takes it off, and boom, it's fucking Luke.
Young Luke.
I thought that they would use, what's that guy's
Sebastian
name?
Stan.
Sebastian Stan. That's who you should have used, and maybe they did use him. I didn't look at the credits for
It was
maybe
Mark
the
Hamill.
stand-in.
It's Mark
It said
Hamill.
Mark
It's
Hamill.
Mark, straight up Mark Hamill. Okay, and then they used a younger version. They de-aged him, right? And then that is really cool. But that could have been the alternate path to use Sebastian Stan. Anyways, some with a deep fake. I'm gonna agree with the people that said, because
The lips.
you
Yep.
they still
Always.
can't get the lips quite right. Everything else, when he's like held, and they try not to move him too much.
Yeah.
And when he's holding, looks good, right? Just look at him, then off screen have him talk. We're okay with
Yeah.
not seeing his lips. You don't have to try to impress us, right?
You already did.
You already did. It looked good. We were already impressed. But anyway, so he does plenty of talking, to be fair, for things, but it looks a little off. The one thing that I don't really like is the fact that, so obviously you get I do like this. You get an amazing scene with Din
Yes.
Djarin, and it's sad. He's like, he doesn't want to, he wants your permission to go. Mando's like, he doesn't want to go with you. He's like, well, he wants your permission to do. And so they have a moment, and he takes his helmet off, and, he can actually see his face, and little baby is like,
Yeah. I was like, oh.
I was
so
like, oh,
sad.
that got me. I'm like, there's a little puppet, a little CGI effect. It
No.
got me.
He's
It got
the
me.
child.
He's
Yeah.
a real boy.
He's a real boy. And I was like, no, don't
50 or
go.
60.
But, it has to happen. And Luke explains it very well. It's like, look, he needs to be trained. He's extremely powerful with the Force. If he's not trained, he's going to be dangerous. And it's true. And I hope that this is not the last that we see of him. Obviously, it's not the last that we see.
He said he promised.
He's
I
gonna
believe
see him
Mando.
again.
Promise.
Goes with Luke. Now, first time dad Mando doesn't do what a good dad would do. It's like, okay, so where are you taking him?
Where's your temple?
Where are you taking him? How long is this going to take? No, he doesn't even ask his name. He never says.
We can't ask his name.
He just said, "Are you Jedi?" Yep. That's good enough
All right.
for me.
Because you ask his name, and then Bo-Katan's like, wait a minute, I knew Anakin. And then it's like, oh, wait a minute, what? And then
Well, so that's the
Boba
other-
can't be there either because Boba
Right.
and Luke are,
Not on good terms.
Not on good terms.
That would have been cool as fuck,
Yeah.
though. I was like, why did Boba leave?
Because you can't be in the same room.
Well, here's the thing. I think Kara would know who Luke is. Don't all the rebel soldiers, like, the fucking hero that destroyed the Death Star? You mean the legend throughout the galaxy? I thought Luke was just a legend, right? No.
Yeah, I forgot about
Nobody said shit. Even Bo-Katan, who is hiding out, wants to bring glory back to Mandor. She would know who's fucking up the Empire. It's fucking Luke and everybody else. So there was a little bit of a disconnect there where I need to go back and rewatch it to see their reactions on their faces if they knew it was Luke and it was just so.
They
were terrified. They were terrified because they're holding up their guns and stuff.
Right.
And he's like, open the door, and they're like, no,
Yeah,
it's a
but
space wizard.
So apparently nobody knows Luke, and his name is never mentioned, or just the directors
keep
and
it a
everybody was
secret,
like, "This is
maybe.
such a cool moment. It doesn't fucking
Doesn't
matter,
matter.
and let's just soak it in." And that's what they did. So Luke takes and little R2-D2 little cameo comes in and has a little moment with. I'm like, yeah, look, you've been replaced, R2. Okay, yes, you're cute.
But
no,
they have the
is this
droid
one-
story, all right? They
But
gotta
they've
mention
met. They've met before, probably, right? Probably.
I don't think so. Maybe. I don't know.
In the
I have
temples,
no idea.
In the Jedi temples, like
Right.
R2 was around a lot.
I don't know. It's
I
true.
don't know.
Maybe. Oh, maybe. And we'll see something.
And he's like, I know someone who looks just like you.
Right. So, and I guess just another reason that Grogu is more a little trusting and goes with them. And then what happens after that? Well, that's pretty much
That's
it.
basically it for that one.
They
It ends
literally
there.
It ends there. They literally gave us everything that I've ever wanted in the Disney movies. This is literally the sequel to now it culminated. I never expected season 2 to culminate in the sequel to Return of the Jedi in such an expansive way where you could go anywhere with this. Now you have to go somewhere because you already fucked it up and you said it goes here. But Disney, go anywhere. Maybe
Just not
just
Snoke.
reboot those
Not
things.
back to Snoke.
Right?
Don't go that
Exactly.
direction.
Um.
Then we do get an end.
Oh yeah,
scene,
let's
though.
talk. Go ahead, talk about that.
Back. What's Jabba's Hutt's place called?
Jabba's Palace.
Jabba's Palace. We get a little teaser on that. Then somebody's like, "Hey, something's going on." Walk up the stairs. Bam, bam. Gunshots.
Do you recognize the
It's
guy
like,
sitting in the throne?
No. He looks familiar, but I can't remember the name.
His name is
Bib Fortuna.
Yeah.
Bib Fortuna.
So he's the guy. You know is he Twi'lek? He is
Yeah.
a Twi'lek, right? And
Yeah.
so he's a Twi'lek. And he was the one that answers Luke at the end Return of the Jedi. So he's sitting there and he's putting on a little weight. You know,
Yeah.
he's been,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
been sitting in
Doing
the
his own
palace
Jabba.
for
I was
like,
too
he
long.
looked different.
Doing
Yeah,
a
it's just
little
like,
Jabba.
yeah. So he'd been and he's like giving orders, but there's not very many people there, so I imagine he's not as powerful because
No,
everyone
no.
blew up.
Yeah.
But-
Everybody's dying around. He's McClunky. He's like, oh fuck. And then Boba shows
Fett
up,
shows
and
up
so
after.
Fennec and Boba are definitely yin and yang. They're just bros. They're taking it. They're together.
Well, she has a life debt now.
I know exactly. So they're
Wookiee life
together.
debt.
And then the first thing he does, like he's like, "Oh, Boba, it's so great to see
I thought you were
I've heard
dead."
rumors. I didn't go looking for you." Just shoots him right away.
I
He's like,
still
"Shut
want
up."
to know how he got out.
Well, no, maybe in the book.
Oh,
of
yes. That's right.
Boba
yes.
Fett.
Book
Right,
Boba.
so he sits right down.
December.
Yeah, wastes no time. Sits down on the throne. Symbolically, now takes over the Hutt Empire and turns it into the Fett Empire. Right, and maybe not quite as powerful as the Hutts once were, but he now has carved out his own, scoundrel empire. Underground stuff. And just then, it sort of smashes and it says. The book of Boba Fett coming 2021.
December
Mm-hmm. 2021.
which is when Mandalorian season 3 is supposed to be coming out. Exactly the same time. So is this a new show or is this the third season?
Oh,
and there's a
shit.
lot of up in the air. I'm like, wait a
I
minute.
originally thought when I saw it that would be now we got 11 shows. Why didn't they talk about it in the announcement? Well, because they wanted to keep it a secret so there could be that 11th show reveal. But no, I think Alex is right, and I think that because remember they announced December is Mandalorian season 3, 2021.
Hopefully
Book of
it's two
Boba
shows.
Fett is
I
2021.
want it to be 2 shows, but
So I'm confirming for you guys right here. It's done.
Bam.
This does that mean Din Djarin's story is over? His arc is completed. We might see cameos of him, but it's now Boba Fett show, and I don't know how I feel about that because I was looking forward to seeing more Din Djarin and seeing more of this baby Yoda.
Same, but that's complete now. That's what I was
Remember,
wondering.
it's
I was like, what's
chapters,
going to
right?
happen now?
Right, it's chapters. Book of so that was the book of the Mandalorian,
And
or the
it
book of
has
Din Djarin,
closed.
and now it's the book of Boba Fett, and then maybe we'll go to the book of Bo-Katan, and we'll try to do I guess the Mandalorian is referring to all the
All
different
of them?
Mandalorians that are still around,
I'm
and then
for
the
it.
book of Sabine. and then and then back to the book of Din Djarin, and then the book of he's a Mandalorian.
The Yodalorian.
The Yodalorian. We'll finally get the
Yeah.
Yodalorian, guys. Whoa, wow, yo, wow, great. Let me get a final rating for the show from y'all.
Easy. 10.
Yeah.
10. This was an epic one. I was entertained again throughout the entire time. Moff Gideon, great performance, great fight scene, tension, everything was there.
Yeah.
A little bit of space wizards, but it didn't bother me at all. Did it bother you?
Yeah, so you're the one that's like, I
Yeah.
don't want this to go into Jedi, and I don't want this to go into Space Wizards. Now that it did go into
He
Space
swooped
Wizards.
in.
It's exactly why I didn't want to go. Because so he is so much more powerful than everything that is possibly alive anywhere near them that the existence of Luke Skywalker around them could not progress from this point. Which is, I think
It can if they just say, we're making new shit now.
Oh, you mean like if they have their own like Luke thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, a Luke thing, but without the Mandalorian, like without Din, because it doesn't make any sense. Like it's like a level 10 dude and a level 300 dude. Like he's in trouble with one, and Luke's just like playing with these things
Yeah.
like they didn't exist. Now, okay, so I'm gonna give you my rating. I think this is a 10, and I had worries about it. There was a lot of little things where I'm like, man, I didn't quite like this. Some of the dialogue felt forced. No, it's a 10. I'm willing to ignore all of that stuff because I think these people are finally like the people in charge understand how to do fan service right, and it was fan servicey, and it is kind of cheap, but it was so enjoyable all the way through.
No, it's not cheap because this is what we've been waiting for, and we didn't get it, and we wanted it, and now they're giving it to us.
Yeah, when I saw
Yeah,
that,
but it's like easy. I mean, what I mean by cheap is they're not like writing huge epics. They're just like, we're just going to give them everything that we want, and like that's an easier thing to do. And I don't want more Luke in this story again because he's so much more powerful than all of them. He could have snapped his fingers and killed everyone in that room.
Yep.
Easily.
People were waiting for a Luke cameo in Obi-Wan, and they're like, is he going to be in it? Is he going to do this and that? And wait a minute. No, that can't be the case because he got the little baby, right?
Yeah.
So so we actually got the cameo that everybody is looking for right now. And the answer was in front of our face the whole fucking time. Now I feel embarrassed. We're like, is it gonna be Ezra? Is it gonna be Cal Kestis? You know, that I'm digging. Why wouldn't it be Luke?
Was what we said.
There.
We were talking.
Well, that's what you were saying, but I didn't think that. I was
It's
like, 'cause
too
I was like,
obvious.
Look, this is the mainline thing. He's going, and we've never mentioned anything about no little baby Yoda. Never mentioned before. So I don't know how they're gonna resolve that.
I don't know.
He's going to go to school, and then in 20 years, he's going to
Luke's
get cut
gonna
in
be
half
like,
by
I
Ben.
don't tell everybody everything when the camera's on me,
It's true.
right? He went in
He's a
the
private
outer
man.
rim. He went in the outer rim with Din Djarin. They're taking care of business. They're fighting a serpent who's bigger and more powerful than the Emperor. I'll handle the Emperor. Never mind. I'm gonna go to this fucking island and cry. Or I'm gonna handle Snoke. No, never mind.
No.
Anyways.
That's horrible.
Terrible. Guys,
Tans on this side.
Gideon,
What do you think?
once Gideon realizes that he's fucked because this Jedi showed up, he attempts to kill himself, but, Kara puts the kibosh on that. But, will he continue to be the primary antagonist in The Mandalorian? Is he going to escape? Or do you think maybe this new Ahsoka show or the New Republic show, maybe that will come into collision with Boba Fett's empire? But no, because now that Alex brought it to my attention, it's going to be Season 3, Mandalorian, Boba Fett.
Yeah, everything's gotten resolved except for the Darksaber.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that did not get resolved.
Oh, here's the thing, is that Kathleen Kennedy, it seems likely that they're building up towards another MCU big crossover event. Because she said, we're teasing a climactic story event that will tie the series together in MCU-style kind of crossover is what people are speculating based on her climactic story event from the series. So I think, then Ahsoka and then the New Republic and then the Mandalorian is going to build up to maybe Thrawn coming back and then supported by Moff Gideon and then this big thing and then Grogu or something involved in one huge crossover once all these shows are doing their seasons and culminating into something like the Marvel universe did with their movies, culminating into a big crossover event. I think that's what they're building. And we keep saying no because we've seen it done well in Marvel. Can it be duplicated in Disney? Well, I think it can be duplicated, and I think it can be done well if John is put in charge, and Dave Filoni and the directors of The Mandalorian are primary.
And they keep Catherine out of the building.
And
I like that John started both of them.
Kathleen.
He started both of them. He's like, he did Iron Man and he did The Mandalorian. He's starting this whole thing. The issue is, man, that is lofty goals. And with their track record of being hot fucking garbage in the last 10 years, I don't know if I want
It's
that.
Kathleen's record of being hot garbage and not having a complete story and choosing
She's still in charge, though.
I think at this point, with the success of The Mandalorian and the fact that she's putting Mandalorian directors in charge of other fucking series that's being spun off of The Mandalorian, she understands it's like, no, I'm going to let them do their thing. They're going to do the story, and I'm just going to step aside. And I hope so, because so far it's been working. And she's done a turnaround to where under her watch, and frankly, it is still under her watch, it's great to be a Star Wars fan again.
I think it might be a little bit scary, too, because she's like, I want this done. This is the one I want to do it. It's like, no, it doesn't work. It's like, no, make it happen.
Put Snoke in a pickle jar.
Happen. They're like, they're like forced to do it.
Would it be better if they were done independent series and none of them touch each other?
Yes.
I guess, but I don't see any problem with a little cameo, a little crossover here and there, and then an event if done well. And honestly, we'll see. But all I know is that it's exciting to be a Star Wars fan again. After Rise of Skywalker, I didn't think Disney could save face, and they managed to throw a Hail Mary pass and succeed and get a touchdown with Dave Filoni and with Jon Favreau, who deserves most of the credit because he wrote all of this and directed a few. So, guys, Mandalorian, freaking amazing. We loved it. We are going to do one more episode on The Mandalorian. We're going to talk about everything that has come there, all the different Easter eggs, and there's like a holiday special. Joe? Holiday special.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? But we think it's more like a behind-the-scenes thing. But we might get a little bit more juicy bits of what's going on in the future and what we think where it's going to head. So we can give all of our ideas there. But I want to give The Mandalorian Season 3 finale episode, The Rescue, a
11
10 out of 10. No, I'm not going to violate my own scale.
No, it was great.
10 out of 10, right? Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you to Surfshark for going on this journey with us. We appreciate you. If you guys want a VPN, definitely consider them first because they do a lot of all of the other services, but better. Click those links down below. Hit our landing page. We got a cool little landing page. At least go look at it. And that's it, guys. Thank you all so much, and I'm just so excited for season. But it's like there is one nagging thing. It's like, oh man, is this over for Jin? I mean, was this it for him?
Well, yeah, everything's pretty much been resolved.
And
what
we
else?
never want to see him again. Okay.
It's not that I don't want to see him again. It's just like he got a send off, right?
Yeah.
He got a story from start to finish, and we've seen so many like characters that we know and we love go, and their stories go absolutely nowhere, or they get dragged, and just things don't work out, or the shows turn into garbage.
He has made a character
and
arc.
he made a character arc. He completed his mission. It was heartfelt. It was wonderful to be along the ride. And if they go like, look, we are going to let him do his own thing, then I'm fine with that.
Preach, Alex. Let the character go out on top is what Alex is saying. And it doesn't mean he can't return for like the final battle.
Sure.
If they fight Thrawn, or if they fight Moff Gideon, or maybe
Bo-Katan has to fight someone for a saber, later on in a different chapter.
Sure.
But like it doesn't there's nothing wrong with telling a story and wanting more, but being satisfied where it ends, and I think that's where we are.
Yep.
Amen. Amen. Guys, what do you think? Where do you think Season 3 is going? Are they going to completely ignore Din Djarin, or is he going to be a supporting character in his own series that he kind of created? It's chapters. The book of Din Djarin is done, and now it's the book of Boba Fett. We'll see. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you on the next Angry Joe Show.
Bye, guys.